The zombie, one of Minecraft's oldest and most recognizable features, being the second mob ever added into the game. On the surface, these undead creatures seem very simple. However, the zombie has way more detail put into it than one might think, including by far the most spawnable variations of any other mob in the game. This includes some extremely rare variants that have most likely never spawned naturally in any Minecraft world, ever. But how do these variants even spawn in the first place, and exactly how rare can they get? Today, I'll be answering those questions in episode 1 of the Rarities of Minecraft. Let's start off with a very well-known and hated zombie variation, the baby zombie. The small hitbox coupled with increased speed makes these creatures much harder to deal with than normal zombies. Each zombie spawned, regardless of difficulty, has a 5% chance to be a baby zombie. In addition, baby zombies then have a 5% chance to spawn as a chicken jockey. That means 1 in every 400 zombies will spawn as a chicken jockey. There's also a 5% chance that zombies will spawn as zombie villagers. This is mostly a visual change, but using a weakness potion and golden apple, they can be converted into regular villagers. This is where things get interesting, because a baby zombie also has a 5% chance to be a zombie villager, in addition to the chance of being a chicken jockey. Adding all of these factors up, the chance of finding a baby zombie villager who is riding a chicken is 1 in 8,000. That may not seem like a lot, but it is already more than 10 times rarer than the well-known pink sheep. This is already unlikely to find in a Minecraft world, but it gets so much rarer when armor and tools are introduced. The rarities of zombies with tools or armor is not as simple to calculate as the previous iterations of zombies, because it is not only affected by difficulty, but also regional difficulty. Regional difficulty, or local difficulty, is calculated using many factors of a Minecraft world, such as the time, the phase of the moon, and more. The higher the regional difficulty is, the more likely zombies will spawn with tools or armor. The only odds not affected by regional difficulty are the chances for a zombie to hold a weapon, either an iron sword or an iron shovel. This is also the only equipment that a zombie can have on easy mode, with a 1% chance on easy and normal, and a 5% chance on hard difficulty. After deciding whether a zombie will hold a weapon, it then decides between a shovel or sword, with a sword being a 1 in 3 chance and a shovel being 2 in 3. That means there is a 1 in 300 chance for a zombie to spawn with an iron sword on normal difficulty, and if we plug everything in, the chance for a zombie to spawn as a baby villager, riding a chicken, and holding an iron sword is 1 in 2,400,000, more than 3,800 times rarer than a pink sheep. For the rest of this video, I will be assuming that the game is being played on normal difficulty with a maximum regional difficulty. Many of these next few odds vary greatly. Before we get on to armor, there are 2 more factors of a zombie I want to look at: enchantments on a tool, and the ability to pick up items. There's a 25% chance for a tool to be enchanted, and a 55% chance that a zombie can pick up items. Putting these 2 together, the odds go down to 13.75%. Next, we move on to armor, which by itself includes some very rare odds. Zombies that spawn in have a 15% chance to have some form of armor. This armor then has a 50% chance to be enchanted. Next, it is determined how many pieces of armor the zombie is wearing, with a 42.19% chance that the whole set will be worn. Finally, the type of armor is determined, with a 48.73% chance for gold, 37.06% chance for leather, 12.9% for chain, 1.27% for iron, and a staggeringly low 0.04% for diamond armor. Putting all of the rarest forms of armor together, the odds of a zombie wearing full enchanted diamond armor is 0.0012657%, or 1 in about 79,000. We will combine this with the other odds at the end of the video. You might be thinking at this point, how much rarer can it get? The answer is quite a bit, actually. Firstly, let's assume our zombie is spawning in a desert biome and is exposed to the sky. Zombies spawning in these conditions actually have an 80% chance to become a husk when they spawn, which means there's only a 20% chance to get the regular zombie we want. In addition to this, let's assume it's Halloween. On Halloween, zombies have a 22.5% chance to spawn with a pumpkin on their head, and a 2.5% chance to spawn with a jack-o'-lantern on their head. Next, 10% of zombies will spawn as left-handed, which means that any items they pick up or spawn with will spawn in their left hand instead of their right one. Finally, 10% of zombies will try to break down doors. Only cracks show up on the doors in easy and normal difficulty, but they can actually break down the doors in hard mode. So now we've come to the point you've all been waiting for. How rare is the rarest form of zombie in Minecraft? The odds of finding a zombie that's a baby villager, riding a chicken, holding an enchanted iron sword, wearing a jack-o'-lantern on its head, wearing enchanted diamond armor in the remaining armor slots, that can pick up items and break doors, in a desert biome exposed to the sky, that is left-handed, is 1 in 15 quadrillion, 168 trillion. This is 24,875,520,000,000 times rarer than finding a pink sheep, 50,125,578 times rarer than winning the lottery, and 60,672 times rarer than getting struck by lightning 2 years in a row. That's all for this episode of the Rarities of Minecraft. If you liked this episode, make sure to subscribe for more episodes in the future. But until next time, goodbye.